coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. With another municipal election set for October the 26th, numerous candidates are stepping forward with their campaign agendas. And for some, disclosing their own angle and disapproval of how City Council has operated for the past number of years. This ribbon-cutting ceremony marked the opening of the 8th group home for Southwest Homes in Swift Current. Identity theft and fraud are on the rise in today's society. And starting this week, SGI is unveiling an enhanced driver's license in Saskatchewan.
Thanks for joining us here today. Swift Current's mayor is responding to accusations made by a local election candidate. We have more in today's top story.
With another municipal election set for October the 26th, numerous candidates are stepping forward with their campaign agendas. And for some, disclosing their own angle and disapproval of how City Council has operated for the past number of years. Recently, Henry Banman announced his intentions to run in the fall election for City Councillor, while citing his concerns for various aspects of the city, including debt load, building permits, population growth, and more, which he addressed verbally and as well through these speaking notes which he handed out to the local media. Comments which city officials heard loud and clear and took the opportunity to get the facts straight through their own media conference at City Hall, with Mayor Jared Schaefer correcting Henry Banman on numerous fronts, starting with building permit numbers.
We did a very nice job on the city of Swift Current. We wrote over $40 million in building permits in the year of 97. What's more of that? Then, $40 million back in 97 or $80 million in 2015, which he bragged about.
Just to clarify, building permits in 1997 were just about 16.1 million through the Department of Building and Bylaws. So they weren't 40 million as stated, they were only 16.1, which is a very important number. Building permits issued last year were a record for the community of Swift Current. They were just about $88.5 million.
And you know what happened? Our population was over 17,000 people in 97. And what is it now? 16 some? Where did the 1,000 people go?
According to Statistics Canada and the Census of Canada, which is an official document, and we've got copies of this that we can share with the media for after, so you can have it as well. The population was 14,890 in 1996, and it was 14,821 in 2001. So unfortunately, our population decreased over that period of time.
I don't like what goes on in here, many meetings, because I know that the person just walking around outside on the street doesn't know what's going on in there. And it never gets revealed what goes on in there.
City Council isn't like an episode of Dallas, filled with intimidation and bullying and secret files and whatnot. It's a pretty straightforward and transparent process. And municipal council is more like a governance board of a corporation or a charity, where individuals come together with strategy and planning sessions. They all have responsibilities and roles on that. They sit on different committees. But their objective is to move the corporation forward in the case of a corporate board, or in our case, we work together to move our community forward.
Concerns over the city's finances were also addressed by council, with the city's actual debt load now sitting at $75 million. And when broken down, approximately $15 million is for property development, $1 million for the Cypress Regional Hospital, $3.1 million to the landfill, approximately $21 million for water and wastewater treatment plants, and approximately $34 million to cover general government debt, which includes the iPlex, Fairview Arenas, and local parkways.
We just think with some of the rhetoric that's already popping up in the community right now, that it's important to get factual information out to residents so that they're aware of some of the information and some of the slander that is being put out there by individuals in the community.
And with several weeks of campaigning now on the horizon, time will only tell if the united front presented by the current City Council will fan the flames of concern by numerous local residents or spur more discussion on the inner workings of City Hall. In the end, it will be up to local residents as to how they cast their ballot on October the 26th. For the future of the community rests on how they choose to vote that day. Another exciting season of Market Square returns to downtown Swift Current, featuring live entertainment, fresh garden produce, crafts, and other unique vendors. Market Square, every Saturday at the corner of Central and Chaplin. Proudly presented by the City of Swift Current and Standard Motors, along with Innovation Credit Union and Southwest TV News.
Thanks to provincial funding, a new group home has opened up in Swift Current for clients of Southwest Homes.
This ribbon-cutting ceremony marked the opening of the 8th group home for Southwest Homes in Swift Current. The celebration included congratulatory speeches from Swift Current's Mayor Jared Schaefer and Saskatchewan Premier Brad Wall. A new group home which has become a reality through an annual commitment of over $500,000 from the province.
We've worked hard to try to reduce the waiting lists that have existed for group home spaces in the province. There was about 440 on the wait list in 2007 and 25 in our community. We're down to we had it to 0 in the Southwest for a while. It's back up to 8, so we've got some work to do. And province-wide, we got it down to 0 as well, but it kind of moves up and down. So we need to continue to focus on the needs of these for these group home spaces. And it's one of my favorite days that I've been at a number of these now in the constituency in Swift Current, to be able to be a part of these openings for people when there really are new homes for residents.
Crucial funding, which Susie Idam, Executive Director for Southwest Home, says they rely on in order to provide all of the comforts of home to their clients on a daily basis.
We always say we're nonprofit, and so we have to live very reasonably. We have to budget very carefully. You know, I always get teased about using both sides of my adding machine tape and trying to save money every way you can. But at the end of the day, the more money we can save on administrative costs, then the more money that can go towards things like transportation so people can get out. I think one of the highlights for the two ladies that are here right at this moment, twice now they've got to go to Clearwater Lake to a cabin and have camping, which is the first time for either of them. They went to a drive-in.
Highlights of the new group home include its proximity to the downtown core, which are pleasing to each of the 3 clients and their personal interests.
They go to Market Square, they're downtown a lot, and so the location is really ideal for them because they don't have to walk very far to get to a restaurant or go for coffee, that kind of thing. They really like it here.
Southwest Homes employs 108 staff through its 8 group homes in Swift Current, with plans to open an additional home by the end of the year due to client demand. Since 2007, the government of Saskatchewan has allotted approximately $22 million in funding for Southwest Homes.
SGI has new software in place to prevent identity theft. We find out more in this report.
Identity theft and fraud are on the rise in today's society. And starting this week, SGI is unveiling an enhanced driver's license in Saskatchewan using facial recognition software.
Facial recognition helps prevent identity theft, and it also helps protect customers against fraud. Basically, it allows us to prevent people from getting multiple licenses or photo ID cards, and in that sense, it enhances road safety because it means that someone with a suspended or revoked driver's license isn't able to continue driving by getting a new license under a different name. And then it also moves Saskatchewan in line with other jurisdictions in Canada. So all other provinces in Canada except Quebec have facial recognition already. And then most U.S. states use it, and even Passport Canada uses it. So it brings us in line with those organizations.
Brinkworth says the new enhancement to the driver's licenses will not see any additional charges to customers, and the driver's licenses and photo ID cards will continue to be valid for 5 years.
Customers, though, they won't notice any difference. It's all very seamless for customers, the transition to using the technology. There's no changes in the sense of having to get a new card or new photo or anything like that. The photos are automatically added into the facial recognition system just over time.
The new enhanced facial recognition technology through SGI takes effect August 24th across Saskatchewan.
Well, I stated right away, I put this as an imposter, and I'm in no way endorsing a situation or a scheme like this.
Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at southwesttvnews.com. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.